Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Unroaded. We are going right back into where we left off. Let us. I'm going to turn up the music volume a little because someone's mowing the yard and. Oh well, let's continue. Three leave the basement and their paths diverge. The debaters are going away from the sun. They no longer need the city, and the vagrant continues the way to the ruins' depths. There, there, there where is no one else, nothing happens. Stone walls dissolve the world in grayness, and when they end only the sky remains, same gray. Ma- Mad dead man getting bigger, they attack without asking questions. Their hands never tremble, their faces are always unreadable. The vagrant doesn't want to fight. Okay, now the music is just too loud. Okay. The vagrant doesn't want to fight, doesn't want to save them either. He doesn't care what was the fault of their madness, the magic of death, or a weak mind that didn't accept the new existence. They have no hope of salvation, or he thinks, or he wants to think that way. I am just sucking at reading today. Where once was a heart hurts with heartache. He gets tired of timelessness. When no one is around, the body feels cumbersome, the mind is unnecessary, and existence itself is like a joke of an evil god. Why did you lock me up in the infinity? He does not receive a response. He knows that he won't get it by asking someone inside himself. Yearning insensibly turns into anger. The vagrant. Oh my god! The vagrant gets angry at the silence, at the thoughtless who are dressed in the same armor as he is. Gets angry when he is forced to fight again. Soon he begins to attack first. Each new battle captures him more than the previous one. Anger starts to become the goal. He is looking for rivals. He wants to rip up the armor, tear the tendons, smash the bones. He's eager to watch the last moment of someone else's existence. How weapon drops from the hands of the defeated enemy. And one day, he loses. The last death does not come because the other dead man hasn't thought about crushing the enemy into dust. He just left when another one stopped moving. The sun runs endlessly across the sky, and the vagrant lies in faded grass, confusing himself with the dead. Stars are born in the dark and die with the forthcoming of light. Why does the sun doing this? Why killing the stars? Thoughts break off, turning into something unclear. At heart's place is aching. Feelings returns to him with the memory of the war when he was alive, and the vagrant gives in to them. He screams into the sky to the midnight, and then he gets bored. He forces himself to up and move on. He picks up the sword but ceases to fight, falling when attacked, waiting, then continues his way. He is already far from the places of his death and further from home. When will he find what he is looking for? The sun has time to set as many times as Vagrant has markings on his sword's sheath, which were made apparently when he was still alive. They are covered with them, almost entirely. They are not enough. The Vagrant starts to recount, once again. The earth changes its color, grows with the stone. That was kind of weird. I don't like how those rocks are shining. and glowing, but okay. Trampled paths wander through a maze of rocks and find their end among the lights. Wrecks of armor is lying around, and is this a camp? 5 figures in black armor sit around the fire. Helmets are covering their faces, and skulls are scratched on their shields. Humans? No, it cannot be. The vagrant realizes that he is right. The knights do not move, do not breathe, just staring into the fire, fascinated as if nothing else surrounds them. A bonfire makes dying logs sing, and they sing almost invitingly. Or it's just a delusion and twiddle of the wind. The vagrant doesn't have the time to move, even a bit towards the knights as one of them turns his head. What voice? I want to give it a dark voice. New executioner has visited us. His voice is low and humming, more alive than all those who Vagrant has met so far had. But there was something deranged about it. Without waiting for the newcomer's answer, another knight asks doubtfully, "Or a new victim?" "No, look at him. Death has no power over him." Frozen, they look at the vagrant. "Will you join us in our noble goal?" "Who are you, and what is your goal?" "We are the executioners. Life has rejected us, so we have rejected all living things." "When was the first war? Our time was taken by countless battles. When was the second war? We were called out of the realm of the dead to kill again. And when there was no one left, we were left too." He speaks of 2 wars. I only know about one. "Twice burned land, for the first time by the fault of our foolishness, for the second of our despair." I just spit everywhere. This is hurting my voice. "But nothing would have happened if it were not for the necromancer. He tweaked 2 kingdoms with intricacies and intrigues to see the war." Jesus Christ, stop talking. I'm just talk normal. I don't care. "He came to both kings and offered death magic. When the armies were exhausted and the lands were poorer, the lords accepted his help." "Who was the necromancer?" "We do not know. We are seeking. Revenge will not take long. The necromancer must pay. In pursuit of him, we will destroy all living things, because war is what he created us for. Our king is forgotten. Our children lie in graves with fools and cowards who fled from death to fire. We will not allow ourselves to fall so low. Pain is our strength. When we burn the necromancer, we will burn this world. No more foolishness, no more despair. Life is a mistake." Huh. Is life a mistake? Well, I want to. I can't quick save here. You know what? I want to see what happens. Forces leaves the vagrant. He feels pain and resentment for everything caused to him by others. For pure memory and loneliness, clenching the hilt of the sword, he repeats, "Life is a mistake." The knights are silent. Fire flames dancing on the black steel of their armor, diverting attention from the heavy stairs. For what are they need the fire? Aren't they despise it? Or maybe this is why they huddle around the bonfire, as if we're still alive. They are testing their will, their spirit. After all, fire can give peace, everything that all the dead men actually need. You understand our goal. Be one of us. No. Despair devours from within. The vagrant turns away and silently leaves. Foothills follows him with scarlet clouds. This place is too peaceful. The wind walks freely and carefree, doesn't bluster or howls, only touches the grass gently and retreats to the sky as if afraid to do harm. Clouds gather and crumble as white dust, and when night falls, jumbles with the stars. The markings on the sheath become useless. What is time exists for all that is there in endless way. Some of these sentences are weird. Like they're just hard to say. Time is needed to the living ones, to remember about death. Instead of thinking about the days, Vagrant thinks about the silence of the morning, about the beauty of the sun at sunset, about how he tried to name the stars once. Oh yeah, we got Billy, Charlie, George. I don't know. It returns to him imperceptibly. What that word? Once he just catches himself on the thoughts. Even from here you can see them. Bird, pearl, Virgo, shield, and smile. The image appears in front of him more clearly than ever, and he focuses memories. On the memories. This is something very important he must remember. A bird on the emblem of a family tree. Same one on the green robe. Pearls glisten on the neck. Auburn hair flows over strong shoulders, steel in the glance of gray eyes. But smile illuminates the face like she was a warrior from distant wild lands. Then the war began, and she fought under enemy banners. Ooh. You just listen. I don't know what it's supposed to be. He did not run away, even though he wanted to do it, more than anything else. Every day he prayed to the gods for not to meet her on the battlefield. They did not hear his prayers. At the day he killed her, time stood still. On the same day he let to kill himself, and rose up already without memory. The vagrant covers his face with his hands as if he wanted to cry, and for a long time sits in silence. Yeah, we can go a little longer. The cape passes near the road. There is nothing beyond it, behind a cliff, only a naked bottom that was left over from a dried up river. On the edge of the cape, boulders are overgrowing with perennial moss. It takes time for the vagrant to notice a figure in the gray-yellow robe. Someone is sitting over the precipice with a bowed head. The vagrant approaches and sits next to the stranger. His legs are dangling into the precipice. He doesn't speak until he is noticed. Hey, dude. You look like... not really. I was gonna say he looked like Alien X from Ben 10, but never mind. Oh, I've lost in thought. It becomes possible to realize that this is a dead man in front of him, only by fingers, bones that was peeking out from holy gloves. His face is masked, and multi-layered clothing wraps the whole body. Something in him tells that he is a good fighter. The vagrant doesn't know what is exactly, only the feeling doesn't leave him. It is better not to meet with this one in open battle. Who are you? The vagrant. So you don't remember your name too? And how can I call you? Others call me a philosopher. I guess you can too. Calmness comes from him. It is not so cold and indifferent as was coming from all the dead men for whom Vagrant had met until now, but as if no one is there. How can it be? The vagrant stretches his hand slowly so the stranger won't be frightened and touches his shoulder. Dead bones cannot give feelings, but the palm hits an obstacle. Not a vision after all. Okay, well, I'm going to end this episode here. If you liked it, please leave a like. Yes, I'm kind of leaving it on a semi-cliffhanger kind of thing. Just met a new person. So yeah, I guess we're going to leave it on a cliffhanger. But if you like this video, please leave a like, comment what other games or stories I should read, and subscribe with a sweet ring of the bell. Don't be afraid of those ghosts. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.